Hi, I'm Jonathan Edwards, and welcome to Cruising America's Waterways. Now, this is the first of a two-part show, and in it we're going to be traveling from Miami, Florida to Key West, and we're going to be visiting lots of interesting sites and doing great stuff along the way, like snorkeling and deep-sea fishing, and I'm excited about all of that. I can't wait to get started. We're going to be joined by Captain Mark and crew member Nancy, so let's get going.
Miami is a boater's paradise with an abundance of marinas and waterside attractions and lots of easy cruising destinations. It's no wonder this is the busiest cruise ship port in the world.
We're actually just a short drive from Miami, and we are in the Everglades. Well, we're in part of the Everglades. The Everglades is a river of fresh water that flows down from about central Florida all the way to the tip of Florida, and it's very, very shallow and very, very broad. It's called a river of grass because grass is about all you can see out there unless you really get out into it and start looking for some of the wildlife. Well, that's what we want to do today. So we've come to take an airboat ride. Now, airboats have been a method of transportation on the Everglades for about 30 years or so. Before that, it was a dugout canoe. We think this is going to be a lot quicker ride.
We can produce with us in it, we can go approximately 55, 60 mile an hour, but we won't due to safety reasons.
Yeah.
So we'll keep it down to 40, 45 mile per hour.
Just close to white knuckles.
Exactly, yes. Just enough for you to hold on to.
Just enough to hold on to. How little water can this boat actually run in?
We can run in 6 inches of water and less. As long as there is water below it to make the hull slick, we can run over anything we want.
And you'd pilot from up here?
That's correct.
And we all have to wear earmuffs and that type of thing?
I wear
noisy.
earmuffs. You won't be able to because we don't have any for you, but you'll be able to stick toilet paper in your ear, and that will muffle the sound of the engine.
Back home we have Q-tips, but I got to use this toilet paper here for this. I don't know what's going on.
Is everybody ready on this boat, by the way?
I'm ready.
Is anybody nervous?
What?
Because the ones that are nervous, you'll get over it. The ones that aren't nervous, I like to make you nervous. So either way, you're going to be a nervous crew. If you do fall out of the boat, first of all, you are going to get hurt. Second of all, we're going to leave you out there until 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon because we don't have time to circle around and come back and get you, okay?
Okay.
So please beware and be careful where you're on, okay?
Okay.
Everybody ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm ready. You ever notice sometimes when your ears are plugged, you talk really loud? Did you ever notice that? Some people do that. It's really weird.
This means slow down.
We don't know that word.
That'll be gone.
After our exhilarating ride, we slowed down to get a close look at Everglades wildlife, like this young alligator. And these birds that almost walk on water. They're purple gallinules, and they're so curious they came right over to the boat. Surprisingly, isolated in the wild, many species show little fear of humans. Captain Gill encouraged us to join him in the swamp to get the feel of this complex and endangered ecosystem before returning to port.
Well, we made it, huh?
That's good, because you sure wouldn't want to get wet.
No, no. We don't want to get wet.
Miami's South Beach offers a spectacular display of beautifully renovated Art Deco buildings, featuring intimate hotel accommodations, shopping, and restaurants. More than 800 of these buildings are found within a square mile. We wanted to see them because they're described as being nautical moderne, characterized by porthole-like windows, balconies with curved railings, and other features reminiscent of ocean liners. The structures were built during the depressions of the 20s and 30s, when this beachfront was being developed as America's first vacation playground. Ocean travel was in its first boom period, associated with success, romance, and adventure. This futuristic style and exciting colors looked forward to better times. Today, those better times have arrived, and this area along Ocean Drive is a bustling, trendy destination, catering to a cosmopolitan, youth-oriented culture that enjoys the beach and the stylish architecture.
We're fortunate that we again have so many buildings that highlight that wonderful period, and I hear people say today that even though they're 60 and 70 years old, they still look like they're made for the future.
Vizcaya, once the private home of James Deering, is located on Miami's Biscayne Bay, overlooking the Intercoastal Waterway. This Italian Renaissance structure has 34 rooms, a courtyard, and more than 10 acres of formal gardens. Coral from the Florida Keys was used extensively in landscaping the estate. Built between 1912 and 1916, this National Historic Landmark is an example of tycoon architecture. During its construction, a quarter of Miami's labor force was employed here. Deering's fortune came from International Harvester's success in mechanizing farming early in this century. Today, the home is a museum featuring Deering's antique furniture and decorative art that span over 400 years, providing the illusion that an Italian family lived here for centuries. The design and waterfront location allowed sea breezes to cool the interior spaces. And of course, Mr. Deering owned a large cruiser and a fishing boat, and built a docking area that's still in use today. This is the Cape Florida Lighthouse, the oldest structure in South Florida. It was built in 1845 to replace an earlier lighthouse built in 1836. It was constructed as a fixed light, illuminated by 17 oil lamps. It's 95 feet tall, with 109 steps leading to the top. Guided tours allow hardy visitors to climb to the cupola for a spectacular view of the Cape. The light is still in service today, monitored by the Coast Guard. Race you down. The Keeper's Cottage is a museum open to the public, providing a glimpse into the domestic life of the people responsible for maintaining this navigational beacon. The park also includes dunes, natural beaches, indigenous plant varieties, and recreational facilities. Fairchild Tropical Garden was founded by botanist Dr. David Fairchild and plant collector Robert H. Montgomery in 1938. The conservatory features plants, like these orchids, that are too delicate to survive outdoors. Fairchild is among the region's most popular visitor attractions and a center for environmental education, conservation, and research. The garden encompasses 83 acres, including 11 lakes and a rainforest, making it the largest tropical garden in the continental United States. It features over 900 varieties of palm trees, a symbol of the tropics, and Florida itself. Early in the morning, Captain Mark was checking and entering our route's waypoints, while the rest of us were sleeping.
Well, guys, here we go.
Here we go.
It's the first leg of our big journey to Key West. Today we're going to stop off in Key Largo and then end up in Islamorada. And basically what we're going to do is just head out a government cut, hang a right, hang a right, head a little bit south.
Is that a technical term?
That's a technical term.
Okay.
Pick up a few markers along the way, and then we're going to cut into Key Largo, and then we'll come out of there and stop off tonight at Islamorada. But it's always the first day is most exciting, right?
Definitely.
Can't wait.
Let's go forward. What do you think?
Forward.
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 So what do you say we untie some lines and get on with this journey?
All right.
We left at 7 in the morning. Our boat was docked at a 220-slip marina located just steps from our hotel in the heart of Miami. Key Largo was about 60 miles ahead, or 3 hours away by boat. Bridges link the area's islands and keys to the mainland. Larger boats have to wait for lift bridges. Our low-profile express craft can easily pass under most spans.
Get a chance to see some of the cruise ships. You know, the food and all the things that need to be transferred aboard, and it just happens so fast.
And as far as the passengers are concerned, they don't even know it's happening.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
They wake up in the morning in a different place.
Yeah.
We'll be able to run right along the side of them.
That's the best part of that. You know, you've gone 150 miles and you don't know it. 250 miles. Unlike this.
Yeah, we're gonna know it.
We're gonna know it.
As promised, we passed by a row of cruise ships on our way out of the harbor. Away from other vessels, we were able to go faster. The present low-pressure weather system around Miami was being displaced by a high-pressure system coming in from the west. This meant that the winds were picking up, and the ocean responded with increasing wave heights. In other words, we were in for a bumpy ride, and it was fun. Right on schedule, Mark turned into the inlet from Hawks Channel.
Little chop. Hawk Channel wasn't too bad.
This is nice.
Everybody's still intact.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I even got a little nap.
So you're good.
I feel great.
You're good to go.
Maybe we should call the dive center and
Alert them.
that we're just entering the sound, and we'll be there in approximately 7 minutes.
Okay. 7.5 minutes.
Ocean Diver Base, Sea Ray 33, over.
Sea Ray 33, Ocean Diver Base.
Yes, sir. I'm actually located in Largo Sound right now. I think I cut in one channel north of you. Is that correct?
Yes, you did. You need to get back out into Hawks Channel, and marker 2 will bring you. There's 4 or 5 day markers that'll bring you right into the entrance.
That's affirmative. I've got that on the chart here. We'll be there in probably 15.
Okay. Base clear, standing by 7-3.
This is Sea Ray 330, clear standing by 7-3.
Now everyone wanted to check the charts. Despite the fact that we're a mile offshore, the reefs often appear just below the water's surface, so channels and charts require close attention. 30 miles long and barely 2 miles wide, Key Largo is the largest of the more than 800 coral islands that are collectively referred to as Florida's Keys. We're here to pick up a guide at Ocean Divers, one of the snorkeling and dive operations that let visitors like ourselves enjoy the diving capital of the world. Yes, we're going snorkeling in the nation's only tropical marine preserve, the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary, encompassing 2,800 square miles of water that is now federally protected so that future generations can enjoy the experience we're about to have.
Yep.
Well, bye, John. It was nice knowing you.
Yes, indeed.
This exceptionally clean water that permits visibility of well over 100 feet attracts divers from around the world. We entered the ocean with one hand on our mask, looking out at the horizon with a giant step forward. Our fins will slow our descent into the water. In snorkeling, we swim along the surface with our hands at our sides, looking down on a foreign world that is so close and yet rarely seen by most of us. The reefs are home to over 52 species of coral and over 600 varieties of fish, some residents, some migrating long distances. This, coupled with the wreckage of ships that foundered here, offers a variety of exploration opportunities in the Marine Sanctuary or at adjacent John Pennycamp Coral Reef State Park, the first underwater park in the United States.
It's warm enough.
We come up. Get tight
Like a
real
pool.
fast, you know? Sure.
That's why I was going.
Key Largo is the home port for the African Queen, the tramp steamer that Humphrey Bogart used to rescue Katharine Hepburn from danger in the 1951 movie of the same name. Of course, Captain Mark had to stop to check out the boat.
So did you get any formal training to operate this equipment? Or
the fellow I bought it from had put in this is my equipment. It doesn't go, it's custom built by me in England, the engine, and it's exactly what was in the boat in 1912. It's an duplicate of the original equipment. By the time Bogart came along, they had a 10 horsepower diesel engine right where this steam engine is. So if you look at some of the pictures, you'll see that they put a little single cylinder steam engine right in front of this engine, shoved the boiler up, and it was a fail. It's got steam in it, and it's going up and down, but it has nothing to do with running the boat.
Let's fire it up.
Come on now, don't give me a lot of trouble. Are you ready? Okay, push us out, young fella. This guy hadn't done this before, apparently. You gotta be. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Come on, slow down.
From Key Largo, we headed for Islamorada, Spanish for Purple Isles. With the high-pressure system moving in and stirring up the seas, it took us a little longer than expected to reach our dock here in the sport fishing capital of the world.
It was fun, though. Best part about it, I'm here.
A charter fishing boat was docking nearby. The boat's captain said it was the second roughest day on the water he'd seen in the past 8 years of fishing. We spent the night at the nearby oceanfront resort, Chica Lodge. In the morning, the skies were blue and the winds had died down. Captain Mark was checking out sea and weather conditions as he strolled the beach and the resort's fishing pier before going to do what good captains do, clean the boat. The rest of us gathered our gear to go ocean fishing. Islamorada has more fishing charter boats than any other place in the Florida Keys. Our fishing trip was divided into 3 parts. First, we would head out to an area not too far offshore where there were lots of smaller game fish to warm us up. Then, we would go to a new location to catch some bait fish. And finally, we would go further out in search of the big game fish.
He's sitting in about 100 feet of water.
The charter boat is?
Yeah.
What do we got right here?
12 feet. So it's a pretty quick drop off.
And they got cliff underwater, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys hook up to catch the bait, or do you just drift around?
Usually we anchor up and we throw the net and catch the bait. We're getting the quick fix from the guys on the other charter boat here.
Oh, I got you.
If you go out on a licensed charter fishing trip, you don't need an individual fishing license. Most charter boats take care of everything. Why, you don't even have to touch the bait or the fish you catch. It's just fun all the way. The Keys is a leader in game fish preservation. Instead of taking fish back to the dock to show friends, most charter boats will catch and release fish that aren't going to be eaten. Photos and pre-cast fish from taxidermists are the trophies most people take home, along with great memories.
Leave the bail open, light on our finger, and that way when the fish grabs the bait, he can take it. We just let off with the finger, let him swallow that bait, and then we can close the bail, wind tight, hook him. Get that hook in the bone. So you gotta jab pretty good.
The first mate offered advice and got each of us fishing very quickly. And almost as quickly, each of us had a fish on the line. The fight was on.
Beautiful. Oh yeah. Look at that. Wow. He's a beauty.
You can sure see the teeth on those fish. You know, a fish like that could give you a ferocious bite.
Tell me about it.
Tell you something about a fish like that. You know, it can bite a fish almost its own length in half, which is, we commonly will see that happen when we're fishing for kingfish and other fish. They'll come up and really squirrel. Nancy, if you want to take a look at this, you'll see
there you go.
These fish have.
It's a beauty.
What they're known for. They can really bite you.
I'd be mad too, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Woo!
Mark is just pretending he's got a big fish. Fighting. Hemingway.
Gotta have you guys get them all out of the way so I can get them to the boat.
Oh no, here it comes.
Sport fish.
Look at that, he's a beauty.
Yeah. Beauty. Even close.
Don't even.
He is a beauty.
See ya. See you next time.
This is the fish I caught.
Let him go.
Taste the fish at Palm Beach with
Next, we headed to a location where we would catch bait fish.
your captain's license and all that stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The most of the baits all have their ticket.
I would say about half of them do, yeah. And that way they can cover for the fella, you know,
Right.
take a day off or whatever. Scott has to have his golf day, you know, every now and again.
Fishing for work and golfing for fun, right?
That's right, yeah. Pick out the big ones for the sailfish, just because they're so much heavier, you can cast them.
Oh,
real
yeah?
well, yeah, so you got to get a big one for a sail. Keep a couple ready. He can just pull them back and, there he is.
The good thing is, you know, you don't catch any fish, you can always eat the bait.
These are going to be our bait rods once we get to the next spot. Catch a few little blue runners on it, just some double eight.
Up there, yeah.
Yeah, pretty easy going.
Okay.
Hey, that's what we're after.
That's what we're looking for right there. Now that's an ideal little bait fish. Got another one on here.
Here's a good one, little blue runner.
Once we had caught enough bait fish, it was time to head out to the deep water where big fish play. I was the first to get a fish on the line, so everybody came over to coach and watch this drama of woman against the sea unfold.
Coming right in. There's the hook.
Lost him.
Yeah, you got it.
It happens. That's fishing, huh?
That is fishing.
I wish I knew what he was, though.
Yeah, that is a bummer.
Lost my 80-pound, what's a big one to catch?
Oh, marlin.
Marlin. And I had him this close to the boat, and he just got away.
Said no thanks. Your arm sore?
Yeah, this one more than
Really?
this one, yeah.
Here?
The one that I was holding it with right here. I probably wasn't doing anything right.
No, you did everything right.
As far as-
You did everything right. It was great.
Down here, fishing is a year-round sport. By the time our day of fishing was over, we were proud of our catch.
Well, that brings us to the end of the first part of our two-part show, traveling from Miami to Key West. We've had some great times, met some great people along the way, and we hope you'll join us as the adventure continues on Cruising America's Waterways.